My name is Taylor. I grew up as a club member at the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley, and I am proud to say I now work as the unit director at the club. Early on in my life, club created a safe place for me where I could hang out with my friends and truly feel comfortable in my own skin. I'm here today to give you a little glimpse into what a day at club looks like through the eyes of one of our club members. The generosity of donors like you make the work that we do possible, so from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. As COVID-19 dramatically shifted our world, we worked quickly together to find safe ways to continue providing support for our youth and families. Youth who attend club now will go through a brief screening process where we ask a few health questions and check each youth's temperature to ensure everyone's safety. From there, youth are greeted and welcomed by our staff. Our staff take the time to create positive connections with our club members, showing them how important they are to us and encouraging them to dream big and achieve bright futures. This morning, we had a little technology time, and our club members worked on their typing skills. They then got creative, making an art project with paper mache and balloons. Some club members even took part in an experiment that showed how germs interact with dirty versus clean hands. We worked to find fun ways to break down complex ideas and thoughts in a way that makes sense for our club members to keep them excited and engaged in learning. Now it's time for lunch. The meals that club provides are made to provide the proper nutrition our members need to be healthy and strong. These meals truly make a difference, as nearly 70% of club members and their families are living in low-income households. Last year alone, we served more than 200,000 meals and snacks to our youth. Your donations help to sustain these kids and greatly lessen the stress that these families face. In the afternoon, you can see we have found many ways to keep our club members learning, healthy, and having fun. Club offers nearly 60 different youth development programs, such as Smart Girls, Healthy Habits, Robotics, Page Turners, and more that our club members can get involved with. There's so much more that I could share, but the day is wrapping up here for this club member. I hope you've enjoyed this view into our world. I want to again sincerely thank you for making a tremendous difference in the lives of more than 15,000 youth the Boys and Girls Club of the Fox Valley supports. Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome to Vintage in the Valley. Wow, what a great message from Taylor Moss. A glimpse into a day in the life told by a previous club member and now current staff. Thank you, Taylor. I'm Lance Crane, past president of the board of directors of the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley, and this is my beautiful wife, Bridget.
Well, thank you. Hi, everyone. I know when we first got asked to do this, I thought this was going to be more like a PBS telethon, so I had brought my pink phone, but apparently we've got it set up all online. But let's set up the evening for you. This is going to be 50 minutes of fun, singing, dancing, and telling stories.
And that's just us. But, okay, let's just tell you a little bit about the show and how it's going to go. We have club kids telling their stories tonight. They're singing. We will hear from our CEO, and we'll have an opportunity for you to impact the kids directly through our Great Futures Fund to Need auction.
Our auction and raffles are open for bidding. We have over 60 silent auction packages and 8 incredible super silent packages, including a performance from my favorite band, Mistrial. But stay tuned to us. Stay focused on us now. You will have time to bid after the event. The auction is open till 8:30.
We are so inspired by the young people we've met the last several years. The Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley is so important to our kids and our entire community. This evening we have an opportunity to continue making a difference in the lives of local youth, especially those who need us most. Your generosity will help more than 15,000 kids the club serves each year.
Tonight is made possible because of the extraordinary support of our sponsors: Carew Concrete and Supply, Myron Construction, Oshkosh Corporation, Fox Communities Credit Union. Thank you all for caring so much about the people our Boys and Girls Clubs serve.
Significant support also comes from these generous sponsors: Agupure, Associated Bank, Baker Tilly Virchow Krause, Bergstrom Corporation, Crane Engineering, Faith Technologies, Kimberly-Clark Corporation, Legacy Private Trust Company, Menasha Corporation, Michaels Corporation, Miller Electric Manufacturing Company, Nicolay National Bank, Plexus Corporation, Seifert Family, Wells Fargo Advisors, Warner Electric Supply Company.
We really are lucky to have such a great community that's involved and supportive.
Oh, we sure are. Now, please join us and welcome Dan Flaherty, President of the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley's Board of Directors.
Good evening. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley, I want to welcome you tonight to this virtual event. Thank you for attending. I'm privileged to serve on the board with a large number of volunteers committed to supporting and collaborating with the outstanding staff of the Boys and Girls Clubs throughout our communities. The staff of the Boys and Girls Club work on a daily basis with teachers, parents, and most importantly, boys and girls to have a positive impact on their lives. Whether it's in a school-based club or the Appleton or Menasha clubs, the staff bring the same level of commitment, passion, and drive to their work with club members. I'm not sure about you, but in our everyday lives, sometimes we're involved with organizations, including charities, where it seems like they're just spinning their wheels. In those clubs and organizations, often it's difficult to determine whether, on a day-to-day basis, the organization is succeeding in its mission. In sharp contrast to those experiences, it is undeniable that our Boys and Girls Clubs have a direct and positive impact on the youth served in our clubs. I want to highlight a couple of examples where the evidence of the club's impact is clear and convincing. As many of you know, the club, in collaboration with a number of other community organizations, formed Scholars on Target to Achieve Results, also known as STAR. This initiative is working to close the opportunity and graduation gap for African American students. STAR provides scholars and families with supportive, one-on-one mentoring relationships in order to enhance academic performance and social-emotional well-being. STAR coordinators strive to ensure scholars are on target to achieve their goals and aspirations, and they also act as advocates, mentors, coaches, and role models that focus on making sure scholars develop a strong sense of personal and cultural identity. Since it began in 2018, STAR has served 515 scholars. The overall graduation rate of STAR scholars is 82%. This is in contrast with the previous graduation rate for Black students, which was under 70% when the program started. Another impactful program at the Boys and Girls Club is the Page Turner's Literacy Tutoring Program, targeted at elementary school students who are not reading at grade level. The Page Turner's Literacy Program is offered at all 7 Boys and Girls Club school locations and at the Appleton and Menasha clubs in the summer. Of the students participating in this program, which is designed to improve reading skills, a remarkable 98% of students improve their reading skills during the course of their participation in the program. Finally, thanks to your generous support, when confronted by unprecedented food insecurity created by the pandemic, the Boys and Girls Clubs were able to quickly pivot and have provided nearly 70,000 critically important meals to youth between March and October of this year. While all Boys and Girls Club programs have been forced to change since March of this year, the staff have redoubled their efforts to directly and positively impact youth in our community, in particular, youth in greatest need and at greatest risk. On behalf of the Boys and Girls Clubs, I want to thank each of you for attending this event and for supporting our mission to inspire and enable all young people, especially those who need us most, to reach their full potential as productive, responsible, and caring citizens. Good evening.
And thank you all for coming together tonight to rally around the young people in our community who most need us all right now. Did you know that trees in a forest communicate in a very real way with one another? Did you know that trees form alliances, cooperate and collaborate with one another, and can send distress signals to one another? It's true, they do. They use underground fungal networks, another symbiotic relationship, to do this. And most importantly, did you know that this network of relationships that scientists didn't know existed until very recently is not only a way to communicate, it is literally a lifeline for the youngest saplings in the most deeply shaded parts of the forest. Those young trees actually don't get enough sunlight on their own to survive. Without the network, they wouldn't make it. But with the network, larger trees that are big enough to get sun and whose roots are deep enough to find water, pump sugar, pump life into those young saplings' roots. I think it's the perfect analogy for what it is we are all about tonight. Our kids who find themselves in the deepest of shades need those of us who can to use our community, our network, our resources to give them opportunity, to give them hope, and to give them a brighter future. In truth, I like starting my remarks this evening with this analogy because it is so very spot on and so very positive. But also, to be honest, because I don't have all the right words to describe to you what the last 7 months have truly been like in our Boys and Girls Club world. It has been challenging, even frightening at times, and has often felt overwhelming. The shade that had been growing more pervasive in corners of our community before the pandemic even happened spread to cover more, and in fact spread to cover us all. And as the shade in our community spread wider and deeper, it further isolated young people who were already too alone. The pandemic further degraded youth mental health in a community where 15% of our high school age youth have considered taking their own life. The pandemic exacerbated learning loss and risks widening the already distressing academic achievement gap. I believe the pandemic has also hidden from view child abuse and child neglect. The pandemic has indeed shaded us all, but once again, it and the other things that are not okay in our community disproportionately affect the lives of some. Children in single-parent households, children living in poverty, children of color, children who are survivors of abuse and neglect, children in foster homes, children in crisis. Those are the kids we have always worried about, and now sadly, even more. Despite all of these worries, what I am still happy to tell you is that I am prouder of our Boys and Girls Club team now than I have ever been. Despite the challenges and the growing concerns, our team has distributed nearly 70,000 free meals since mid-March, served over 300 children in our counseling program this year, guided over 500 young people in our case management services, and since the start of the pandemic, 970 children, many with parents who work on the front lines as healthcare workers, have been given a safe place to have fun, connect with friends, and learn in our day-long youth development and academic support programs. It has been an incredible, Herculean effort, an effort that continues and will continue. The people on our team will truly do whatever it takes, always. But what I haven't said enough and need to say tonight is that we are also proud of you, our own network of supporters, our community of friends and partners. Thank you. Thank you for caring and for making it possible for our team to rise to the challenge and do whatever it takes to help those kids who need us most. There's no better way I can think to show you what you make possible in our world than to introduce you now to someone special, someone who shows us all what hope looks like, what not giving up looks like. America is a member of the Boys and Girls Club of Menasha. She graduated this last May and is someone we are all very proud to call our own.
Hi, my name is America Ambrose. I graduated from Menasha High School this past school year, and I plan to attend Stevens Point this upcoming school year. There's so much I can say about the Boys and Girls Club. It has definitely helped my family out, and there's just not enough words to say how blessed and thankful we are for it. I started attending the Boys and Girls Club around 2015 when I was in 7th grade, and at that time it was just me and my sister and my mom. She's a single parent. My dad left us when I was about 10 years old, and he took my sister and my brother with him, and we were separated for about 4 years. It was a really hard time. I couldn't be with them, I couldn't see them, and it definitely put a tear in our relationship as siblings. And yeah, it was just really difficult. And during that time I was able to come to the Boys and Girls Club and just hang out, be with the staff, with my friends, and it was just a place where I could forget about everything that was going on at home. I could just be a kid. And it just felt like a safe space with family and people that really like cared for me. Because my mom was always working and she didn't have time or enough money. Sometimes we didn't have like food at home. So when attending like the Boys and Girls Club, they would feed us and we didn't have to worry about like when we were eating or like anything that was going on at home. We just got to be kids. And it was just, we're just really thankful for everything they've done.
You're okay.
I know.
Okay.
Your
Wow.
mom must be so proud of you.
Wow, what an inspiring story from one young person who has been truly impacted by the club. Thanks again, America. Well, let's switch gears to one of the club's signature programs. Youth of the Year is unlike any other experience in the world. It seeks to foster a generation of leaders to be fully prepared to live and lead in a diverse, global, and integrated world economy. The Youth of the Year program begins at each local Boys and Girls Club. From Youth of the Month to culminating to Youth of the Year competition, Boys and Girls Club members participate in a host of youth development programs and volunteer service. They exemplify the Boys and Girls Club mission and are proof to the impact the club makes in transforming kids' lives.
This year's Youth of the Year winner is someone you might recognize, Kayla Loans. She first walked through our club doors about 11 years ago. At that time, when she was scared, shy, and homeless. Over the course of her time at the club, she has blossomed into a leader, beautiful singer, and a published writer. She is determined to use her voice to make the most of her life. Earlier this year, Kayla traveled to Madison where she competed for the Youth State of the Year. Out of 18 candidates, we are so proud to say that Kayla placed among the top 4. Congratulations, Kayla. Now let's hear from Kayla.
This is Kayla Loans. I was 5 years old when my mom and I moved to Wisconsin. She often worked late, which meant I remained at the Columbus Elementary School's Boys and Girls Club Welcome Center after hours. It was there that I found a place where I could relax and be myself. I was regularly the last kid to leave the club, and staff members like Miss Sam would stay with me. While waiting, she would encourage me to sing. I was hesitant at first, but I soon began to fill the empty halls with my voice. I can tell you now that the Boys and Girls Club, without even knowing it, helped me find my voice those many years ago. The Boys and Girls Club has always been there for me. And while I needed it back then, I needed the club even more throughout my high school years, when I lost 4 close relatives and 1 friend. And when I lost them, I began to lose myself. My mental health declined, I withdrew, I became isolated and depressed. The club came through for me once again, this time with its new STAR program in my high school and through its community service program. The club helped me find my purpose. I learned that my struggles are not unique, the setbacks I've endured are shared by many, and I've learned that there is not enough awareness and help out there. 12% of the young people in my community have attempted suicide, which is double the rate for the state of Wisconsin. There's a mental health crisis in my community I don't hear anyone talking about. What I envision for America's youth is a world filled with authenticity, connection, and purpose. I believe with radical self-love, honest conversations, and by coming together as a community, we can and we will overcome this mental health crisis. I'm grateful that once more in this very moment, the Boys and Girls Club has given me a platform to use my voice to tell my story and bring awareness to the biggest issue that plagues our youth today. My involvement in Youth of the Year was such a memorable experience. What started off feeling like a competition soon became a community where I could interact with like-minded and driven individuals. Everyone was so warm and encouraging, which made the process much easier. Since participating in Youth of the Year, I've been focusing on my artistic passions by pursuing a musical career, submitting poetry to online magazines, and finishing my first book. Again, I just want to thank you to all the Boys and Girls Club supporters for all that you do to give kids like me the chance they deserve to find their voice.
Thank you, Kayla. I've got the abridged version of her book I'm taking a look at this evening.
Yeah, that's quite a book. Thank you, Kayla. We want to take time to remind everyone that the silent auctions will be closing at 8:30 tonight. Please make sure you get your bid in soon so you don't miss out on the awesome packages.
I have a couple favor packages besides the mistrial thingy. I like that Belize package. I also like the Kohler. That one's fun. So make sure to look at all of them because there's a lot of fun packages.
And we have the Rolling Stone signed guitar.
Wait, that's
right?
not it.
Well, it says Mick Jagger on it. Oh.
Anyways, there is a signed guitar. It's on there. That's not it though. Anyways, another member, Rosanna Williams, has been involved with the club for nearly 10 years. She is currently a sophomore at Appleton North High School and hopes to use her passion for singing and playing guitar to become a professional musician. Tonight, we are honored to listen to Rosanna singing Beyonce's Halo.
Remember those walls I built, but baby they're tumbling down. They didn't even put up a fight, they didn't even make a sound. I found a way to let you in, but never really had doubt. Standing in the light of your halo, I got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. It's the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can feel your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. The pain won't fade for your halo. Halo, I can feel your halo. Halo, for your halo. Halo, halo. Hit me like a ray of sun, feeling through my darkest night. You're the only one that I want, and I'm addicted to your lies. I swore I'd never fall again, and this don't even feel like falling. Gravity can't forget to put me back through the ground again. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. It's a risk I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I could see your halo. The
It's a lifesaver. It's kind of probably hard to put into words, and I'm probably going to cry because it's been a blessing for our family. Really what we needed to help him to get through everything. He's 150% better than where he was. And I even noticed, like, on his report card, I knew when he got the help second semester versus his course first semester. He had exceeds in respect, exceeds in organization, like stuff that wasn't even on the radar at the beginning of the school year. So it's made a huge difference. It's definitely something that I tell a lot of people about, and then I'm very proud of how far he's come. I think the biggest thing is I think he's confident in his own body.
So the Youth and Family Counseling Program through the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley provides youth-focused counseling services for youth age 6 to 18, and we also do youth-focused family appointments and sessions as well.
I just think the program is amazing. Like, I never knew anything about it. It definitely helped that it's free. Like, we didn't have that financial burden. Nicole was amazing.
The most fulfilling portion of my job is really being able to see the changes that my clients and their families can make. It's really inspiring to see, you know, families that come in and they don't know what to do and are feeling so overwhelmed and lost, and being able to help them navigate that, and also being able to meet the needs of their child, and, you know, hopefully at the end of their journey get to leave feeling in a much better place and like they're capable, and that, you know, you just get to really see them grow so much that they don't necessarily need to be a part of counseling anymore because they're doing all the work that they need to outside of it.
The biggest thing is we've just gained confidence in working with him. Like, Nicole has given us as a mom and dad what we need. She's given him what he needs. She's helped us kind of put it together so that as a mom, I feel supported, and I feel like I'm comfortable supporting him and giving him what he needs. And to know that we came in with fears that he was going to hurt himself, to know knowing that I don't have to think like that, like I don't have to worry about that, is amazing.
Services that we provide at the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley are just one of a number of additional services that many people in our community don't know are part of our service array. All of those things that we do, the counseling, the work we do for children who are grieving the loss of a loved one through death through our Center for Grieving Children, our home-based program which reaches out and touches the lives of runaway and homeless youth in our community, those services and more, all provided completely free of charge to the kids in our community who need us most. It's now my pleasure to introduce you to somebody very special. Dave Voss Jr. has been at our side for years. He has been at this event year after year after year, asking you to help us make a difference in kids' lives. He's one of our heroes. He's one of our largest standing, towering trees in our community who makes a tremendous difference, not just in our world, but throughout our community. It's a pleasure to introduce him to you all again tonight. Dave, take it away.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the entire team at Myron Construction, I am honored to be here to assist in raising funds for the Boys and Girls Club of the Fox Valley through Vintage in the Valley's first ever virtual event. Welcome to the first ever. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lofty goal tonight. Very lofty. We have set out to raise more than $250,000 to support the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley. Now, these funds will allow the club to continue serving and supporting the more than 15,000 kids and teenagers who rely on their educational programming, their services, and their nutritious meals and snacks. Listen, I know 2020 has been a rough year. This pandemic has turned our world upside down, many times over, in fact. And while it has introduced a whole new slew of challenges to our everyday lives, the challenges we already are facing have not disappeared. In fact, the pandemic has only further amplified them. More individuals than ever are struggling to make ends meet, and the incredible organizations that not only serve those individuals, but make our communities stronger, healthier, and happier, places to live, work, and play, are struggling too. Organizations like the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley rely on these types of events to raise funds for critical programming. While they've adjusted and gotten extra creative with their fundraising efforts, they've also managed to continue serving those within our community who've come to rely on them day in and day out. By choosing to support the club with a donation, you will be making a difference in the lives of children and teens throughout the Fox Valley. Your commitment will help this organization provide kids with opportunities they may not otherwise be afforded. You have the distinct opportunity to support programs that will expand their minds and worldviews, enable them to form positive relationships with their peers and their club staff, who will ultimately help them reach their full potential and grow into the successful adults that they were always meant to be. The Boys and Girls Club of the Fox Valley is committed to providing a safe place to learn and to grow. A place where kids can just be kids, a luxury many of us kind of take for granted. Let's face it, the numbers speak for themselves. 91% of club members feel they belong to the club. 97% of club members are on track to graduate. Isn't that exciting? Your support will have a direct impact on the lives of countless children and families in our community. Did you know that in 2019, the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley served 1,300 kids on average each and every day? 1,300 kids within our community had a safe place to go after school with caring adults who encouraged them and believed in them. They received counseling that was imperative to their mental health, and they obtained the educational support they needed to achieve academic success. You know, as a proud father and grandfather of children in this incredible Fox River Valley community, I truly believe it is my responsibility to help shape its future. There will always be an excuse and reason why right now might not be the right time to make a contribution. But we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility to do better, to be better, and to make our corner of the world a little brighter for all who reside in this great Fox cities. You can be part of that solution. Just $620 provides yearly services for one child. Now, I know it's a lot of money, and that we all have personal situations right now. But are we going to do something to make this world a little better or not? That is the question we need to ask each and every one of ourselves tonight. We can make a difference right now. Please help. Get on that computer right now and donate. Give until it feels good. Really good. And I promise tomorrow it's going to feel really, really great. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Dave. That was a strong message. Okay, so here we go. It's time for our Great Futures live auction. With a simple click on your screen, you can save a child's life. Are we ready?
We are ready. Let's
Okay.
go. This is a fun part.
All right. So you can directly fund a child for a year at the club or help pay for one of our many programs. And remember, your gift is 100% tax deductible. Simply click the donate button at the top of your screen and select an amount. Our goal tonight is $250,000.
Wow. Remember that number, $250,000. Now, remember at the top of the program, I said this was a 50-minute program? If we don't get donations, it's going to be a lot longer. So let's go, okay? We need to raise $250,000 in the next 15 minutes. So, in 2019, the Boys and Girls Club of the Fox Valley served over 15,000 kids. We thought it would be only fitting to start the bidding at $15,000. Do we have any bids at $15,000? Oh, we already have one donor who's graciously given $15,000.
Okay, we've got, looks like Mike and Peggy Weller. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Oh my gosh, thank you. That is awesome. Dave, you're the one asking. I mean, are you and Jane gonna pony up? What's happening? I mean, I don't know. Are you? Oh, okay. I get, what, is this 15? Okay, he's at, thank you, Dave and Jane Voss, $15,000. We'll count this and make sure every penny goes to the club. That's
Okay.
$1 for every kid served.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, looks like we've got another one. We've got Tim and Andrea Kippenhahn. Thank you so much for your $15,000 donation. That's awesome.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
That was a little loud.
Louder than I thought.
Okay. Well,
But
let's,
fun.
if we don't have any other $15,000 levels, let's move on down to $10,000. A $10,000 donation, I'm kind of scared.
I'm sorry, I should have given you a heads up.
Okay, well, $10,000 donation will fund a full year of computer science education at the Boys and Girls Club.
$10,000 also gives a busload of kids 90 days of transportation to the Boys and Girls Club after school. And many of these kids don't have a place to go or a safe place to go after school, so the club is there for them.
So do we have any $10,000 donors?
$10,000. Don't leave us hanging.
Hello?
Oh, excuse me.
Bridget?
Hello?
Yes.
Yep.
Can we do the $10,000 donation?
Sure, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, apparently we do have a $10,000. It's Lance and Bridget Crane.
Oh,
They're,
thank you.
Good people.
Good people.
Good people.
Very good people.
Okay.
Do
Do we have any other 10,000?
Hello? Terry? Steve? What? Oh my, come on, really? Thank you, thank you. Oh, I gotta go, I'm on air. Okay, all right, bye, gotta go, bye. Steve and Terry Winter have graciously given $10,000. This community is amazing. It's amazing.
So let's pause for a second. Any other $10,000? That's great for the winner. Do we have anybody else? Anybody else? Okay. Well, let's move on. Okay, $7,500.
Oh, wait, I forgot this.
Oh, yeah, you got to do that
Okay, sorry, okay.
every
Now
time.
go.
She does that every night, by the way. Okay, so $7,500 will give 10 kids a full year's worth of essential club programming. The club offers more than 60 educational programs focused on things like character and leadership, educational and career development, health and life skills, the arts, and physical fitness. Club programs provide kids with daily opportunities to learn, have fun, build their confidence so they can become the best versions of themselves.
We're at 7,500. Do we have any 7,500 donors?
All right, let's see our little ticker.
There it is, Wilson and Jane Jones. Thank you so
awesome.
much. I know you're involved with Oshkosh, but thank you for remembering the Fox Valley Boys and Girls Club.
That's awesome. Thank you to those who chose to give with their hearts with a donation of $7,500. If
Should I
there's
do it
anybody
again, or
else,
is it too much?
well, let's just wait for a second. Any other
Oh, any other?
$7,500? We really appreciate anything
Is there
you got.
anybody else over there? Okay, we're going through the screens. I know people are, okay. All right.
All right. Don't point it at me.
Okay, whoops, that one's used.
Okay. Well, I'll do one. How about
Okay.
that?
Ah, okay. That is
Okay.
crazy.
Go ahead. Let's move on down to $5,000.
Okay, your support at the $5,000 level will give 5 young people with an incarcerated parent a full year of crucial mentoring. Mentors have been shown to have a positive impact on youth education, behaviors, as well as social aspects of their lives. Mentors strive to show kids that they matter to help them succeed.
Oh my gosh, we have a lot of $5,000 donors coming in here. Holy cow. We've got Andy and Carrie Hyatt.
Lisa and Tim Timby.
We've got Angelo and Jennifer Ninavaji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Dave and Heather Voss, thank you.
We've got Greg and Marilyn Kippenhahn. Thank you so much.
Wow. Dan and Tanya Voss, thank you.
Mike and Heather Voss.
Wow, Vosses, thank you.
We've got Mike Vanderzanen and April Wagner. Thank you so much.
Jim and Tammy Johnson, thank you.
Let's see. Oh, well, you may not have heard of these guys before. Bergstrom Corporation, John and Tim Bergstrom. So that's great, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Always very generous. Anybody else?
Okay, anybody else with the 5,000? Let's just pause for a second.
5,000?
If you want to do $5,000,
We ready for this?
let's just give them a couple seconds here.
Okay.
Any other
Five.
$5,000? We'd certainly appreciate it. Okay, I think we're moving on,
Okay.
and my ear is too.
Sorry, okay.
Okay, $2,500 level. Let's take a look at that.
$2,500.
Yeah.
Is there? Oh, we've got some. Hold on, we've got some more coming in at the 5,000. Well, they're in the process of it, but basically, $5,000 will ensure that 333 children can attend the Boys and Girls Club for the Fox Valley for the entire year.
Okay, we've got Pat and Lisa Germain at $5,000. Thank you so much. We jumped the gun a little bit there.
I know. I'm sorry. We moved ahead, but basically the club.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's
Let's
all
move
good.
on to $2,500.
All right.
Okay, a $2,500 donation will give a family whose father recently died a full year of grief support through the Boys and Girls Club Center for Grieving Children. This life-changing club program helps ensure that youth find a healthy way to work through their grief. The Center for Grieving Children is a safe place for children, teens, and their family to find a compassionate peer support, engage in commemorative activities, gain information about grieving, and express feelings and experiences in an accepting environment.
It's a really important program. I can't imagine at any age when your parents split. It's a tough deal. So, holy cow.
$2,500 will also provide 100 students from an area high school with education on how to help prevent youth suicide in their school. According to the Department of Public Instruction, youth suicide is currently the second leading cause of death for youth in Wisconsin. Nearly 13% of the state's youth have seriously considered suicide. So let's wait for a minute. We've got a couple $2,500 donations coming in here. What do we've got here? We've got Jay and Peggy Gottlieb. Thank you so much.
Bob and Jody Larson, thank you.
Dean and Kim Baston, thank you very much.
Wow. Steve Tramp, thank you.
Royce and Karen Alsbach, thank you very much.
Dan and Beth Flaherty, thank you for your
awesome.
donation.
We've got Secure Insurance, thank you so much.
Todd and Julie Thiel, thank you.
We've got Scott and Geraldine Tooney, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, they're coming in so fast here. Jeff and Deborah Hunter, thank you.
Shannon and Jamie Bazanaw, oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Awesome. Any more $2,500?
We do. We've got Dave and Laura Lambert. Thank
you.
Dave and Laura. We've got.
Wow, oh my gosh, they're coming in so fast.
All right,
and these
keep
guys
them coming.
These guys are trying to get the teleprompter.
That's good. Chris and Tanya Schmidt. Awesome,
thank you. That's awesome. $2,500 is a lot of money. Eric and Kristen Lampert, thank you so much. That's awesome. We have a couple more coming through here. We're going to take a second. I'm going to get my...
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to shoot this one?
I could, but we're not done yet.
Well, no, I know, but since
we've got Scott and Christy Smeaton. Thank you guys.
Oh my gosh.
So much.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money, and it will make an impact on these kids.
Okay, anybody else at $2,500? Dustin and Stacy McClone, thank you so much.
Nice, thank you. Wow, that is a lot of people at that level. Thank you. Any more? We're looking at our operators back there to see if there's any more. Nope. Yeah. Okay, right now, there's probably people who would, oh boy.
All right, should we do it? All right, here we go.
Okay. All right, now we're going to $1,000. $1,000 will feed 200 kids who live in poverty a hot and nutritious meal. In 2019, more than 200,000 healthy snacks and meals were served. This lessens the stress on families who struggle to feed their kids. And since March, more than 72,000 meals have been supplied to youth via a drive-through meal assistance program at the club. $1,000 will also supply a first-generation college student with a computer, which is critical. So who do we have at $1,000?
Oh my gosh, we have a lot of names here. Rob and Stephanie Bellin.
Peter and Wendy Janu.
Jeff and Beth Warner, thank you so much.
Todd Fector.
That's Tom Fector.
Tom Fector, sorry, Tom.
Greg and Andrea Lemke-Rashan.
Karen Lorbach, thank you, Karen. You should have called me. That's okay. We have another one coming in. Looks like Arist and Mary Beth Masterides, if I'm saying that right. Sorry if I mispronounced that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Any other $1,000 donations out there? Let's wait for a couple seconds.
Any more? That's a lot of meals, feeding people.
That's huge.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, should we move on?
Sure. Okay.
Okay, here we go. $500.
All right.
$500. A contribution of $500 will help a child whose parents are divorcing with group counseling. It'll help them cope with the changes going on in their family. For other children, $500 will provide robotics equipment and tools for an entire robotics team. Programs like robotics create a fun and interactive way with engaged learning. Not that kind of robot, honey.
Okay.
Thank you for providing our kids with support that'll help shape their future. So $500, do we have any? Let's take a look at it.
All right, $500. Steve and Jerry Lynn Hidden, thank you very much.
Okay, Ben Pletero, thank you very much. $500, that's great. Any other $500? I know, I've got this all over me.
That's my fault. Sorry.
John Hagens, thank you very much.
Thank you. That will do a lot. Mike and Jada Miller, thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate that. Nice.
Awesome.
The club appreciates it.
They're coming in fast. They're coming in fast. We may not be able to read all of these, but they're very appreciated. What do we got here? Jason and Amy Recob. Thank you very much.
All right. Oh, Jason and Kasha Shulis, thank you so much.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you. All right. We got some more coming
in. We've got a few more. We can wait for just a minute here.
Okay.
Okay. You want to read that one?
I will. Mike. No, it's Mike Reed Secker.
Yep.
Am I close? Maybe.
Okay.
Something like that.
Do we have any others before we move off that to 250? We've got a few. Leah Hammond, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, I think we've got through it.
Let's move to 250. I'm ready. Okay. $250 donation will give 10 struggling readers tutoring after school, or it will cover a summer's worth of field trips. So there are so many on this one. I don't know if we're going to be able to read these. There's just too many.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody who's giving at this level. They're coming in so fast, and we want to keep this to 50 minutes. So we'll thank you via letter, maybe after.
Yeah,
so thank you very much.
Absolutely.
We certainly do live in an incredible community. Thank you for your graciously choosing to support our young people in this way. Allow me to turn it back over to Greg Lemke-Rashad.
So deeply appreciative of all that you've done for our kids. And thank you all for your generosity. You are making a tremendous difference in the lives of thousands of kids in our community who need you right now, who need you to give them a chance, who need you to give them opportunity, who need you to light the path towards a brighter future. We could not do what we do without you. This community, I know, will remain strong, healthy, and vibrant because we come together to take care of ourselves, to take care of those who need us most. With that, my pleasure to turn it back to our hosts, Lance and Bridget Crane, who I also want to extend my deepest thanks to for all they've done for our kids and for our organization. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you, Greg. These young people and thousands of other the club serves have a brighter future because of the generous and kind people who care. Without the support of people like you, none of this work, none of these inspiring stories would be possible. The Boys and Girls Club's team is deeply and sincerely grateful that you have come together tonight to continue this important work of helping our community continue to be a great place for all kids to grow.
All the prize and raffle winners will be notified via text message, and we posted on the club's website and Facebook page. So no, I'm not getting to announce the winners, which I thought I was going to be able to, but.
So we hope you enjoyed tonight's event. We had fun, right, honey?
Oh, we had a great time.
Oh, yeah. We want to thank you all for your care and support of the young people served by the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Fox Valley. Because of you, the futures of young people throughout the Fox Valley are brighter, and in these times of uncertainty and unrest, you have made a tremendous and lasting differences.
Before we say goodbye, I want to remind everyone that the auctions are accepting bids through 8:30 p.m. tonight. And if you missed donating to the Great Auction, the Great Futures Auction, you can still do that. So on behalf of Lance, myself, and more than 15,000 kids served at the Boys and Girls Club annually, we thank you and good night.
Good night, everybody.